Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be decorating my main upstairs Christmas tree. Real quick, I don't know if you guys can see out on the water, there's a huge flock of snow geese just sitting there. They keep flying up and it's pretty neat to see, so hopefully I can capture some of that for you. Lou and Ziggy are ready to go. Ziggy has his little red Christmas bandana on. You're ready, aren't ya? And then Lou has her candy cane, her special apron. Show me what you just did with your candy cane.
I did this and then
You put it in your little coffee.
I just drink it.
My 4-year-old loves black coffee. We let you have some black coffee every now and then, don't we?
It tastes so good.
All right, I have my coffee, Lou has her coffee, Ziggy is ready also, and I have all of our ornaments kind of set out on the table, so I'll go ahead and show you what I have to work with. All right, so coming over to the table, I got all of my ornaments out, and there's just all sorts of different kinds of things. Last year, I went with a woodland kind of themed tree. I think I'll probably end up doing that again for this tree upstairs. I really enjoyed it. It was very cozy, very warm. We did some of these little DIY pine cones that we got from our spruce trees in the backyard, just hot glued them together and made little ornaments, and these brought a lot of nice texture to our tree. We also dried some orange slices. I did keep them. I was curious how they would look a year later, and I think they actually look pretty good. I don't mind kind of this darker, kind of brownish color as opposed to kind of the more fresh orange. I think it actually kind of adds to the woodlandy look. And then let's see, we have all sorts of little forest critters. Lou, where'd that fox go? You want to show the fox? But just kind of wooden, kind of natural textures. Oh, he's so cute. Super cute, huh? We'll put him in a special place. Okay, and not all of these ornaments will go on this tree. So you can see kind of these are kind of like more nostalgic, classic Christmas, kind of fun kid Christmas ornaments. A lot of things my kids have made and things like this. One of the guys at Walmart gave me this, and he's just the nicest guy, and I love it. And then my mom has got me started on some Waterford ornaments. As you know, if you watched her Christmas tour last year, my mom is the queen of collecting Waterford and Lenox, and she just has all sorts of really neat collections, so it's just kind of fun to see. Anyway, here's some more kind of fun colored ornaments that will probably go on a different tree. Okay, and then we have all sorts of different kind of picks. I actually really enjoyed these feather picks last year. Really pretty, really kind of woodlandy, kind of some glittery evergreen picks, another feather. And then over here, these are the little bundles of ribbon that I put together last year. I just basically layered 3 different kinds of ribbon. We have kind of this burlappy, we have kind of this pretty soft gold, and then kind of more of a shimmery, kind of glittery kind, and just layered them together. And then you can just stick them right in the tree and kind of fluff them out, and it really helps to fill it up and just give it some nice texture, nice color, and a little bit of sparkle. Okay, and then as for my tree, this is actually a 7.5-foot artificial tree, of course, from King of Christmas. I can't remember the exact type of tree. I'll link it below, or one similar if I can find it. But it's a slimmer profile, and you can see down here that I actually put it into this antique milk can. So last year I added some Quikrete into the milk can and then put some pipe in there that the tree can then sit right down inside. I did have to kind of pad around the base of the tree just to make sure it fit really tightly and didn't rock back and forth, but I really love the way it kind of elevates the tree and has it sit up a little bit higher. And it also helps kind of, you know, you can stack more presents, you can clean under here. It just kind of gives it more of a nice, tidy look. So when I'm setting up a tree, I spend a lot of time fluffing out all the branches, spreading them out so that it really starts to resemble a real tree. I don't like when you can tell the branches and all the little limbs are just kind of stuffed together like they just came out of their case or out of storage. I like when they're spread out. You can see the little tips kind of sticking out. They're not all bent kind of funny, but it does take a lot of time, and I find myself kind of picking at the tree throughout the season, just making sure it's still looking how I want it to. All right, and then in terms of lights, I use these little LED mini lights, and I have 4 strands. Now, when I was connecting my lights, and I can't remember what I did last year, but I found that as I connected them end to end, as you can do with lights, especially LEDs, I noticed that as I'd connect a strand, the other lights would kind of dim a little bit, like they weren't quite as bright. So what I ended up doing was just connecting all 4 strands, and I know this isn't beautiful, but I just put them right all 4 into the outlet instead of connecting end to end, and that way they're all equally as bright. I didn't notice that last year, but for whatever reason, it was kind of a factor this year. And I love a well-lit tree. All right, well, Ziggy is in a tiny bit of trouble. You know, these things happen. Might be able to I can hot glue him. We'll fix him. Yep, totally fixable. Still.
We're gonna fix him.
Sad way to start the decorating. Are we ready to decorate?
Yes.
All right.
The tree.
All right, so you know what we should start with is kind of some of our bigger, chunkier items. And I think for this tree, that is going to be our little ribbon groupings. Okay, what do you think? All right, so when I'm putting the ribbons on, I like to kind of fluff them out, kind of make them a little fuller. And then I just play around. Sometimes I kind of stick them in bent like that. Sometimes I kind of weave them like this so they have kind of a tail cascading down. It just kind of depends, but I just go in, kind of find an open spot, and I find that I just have to keep going, because if I stop now and look too hard at it, it just looks kind of odd. This is a case of the more you add, the better and better it sort of comes together. Okay, and I kind of, like, you can kind of curve the ribbon outward, you can trail it down. You just have to play with it. I like to twist these so they're not all facing the same direction, and so forth. So this definitely needs a little fixing, but I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it, kind of balance them, and just continue working around the tree. Now, I know that it's really early still to be decorating. Today is November 6th, so early November, and I will say, I used to be a person who strictly would only decorate after Thanksgiving. Like Black Friday, that was my go time to decorate, and I thought that was great. But that's back when I was working full-time. Our kids were already in sports, and I found that if I had a busy weekend or we'd be out of town, I'd fall behind. So I've really become a fan of decorating early. I love Christmas. I love kind of extending the season. I love being able to kind of relax and take my time a little bit and not feel like I have to get it all done in one weekend. I know people are very different, but if you feel like you're kind of pressed for time, or it's stressful, or you don't have enough time, just try decorating early. I'm telling you, I'll never go back. I love it so much, and I'm actually surprised that I'm an early decorator, because I used to really love waiting until after Thanksgiving. But everybody's different. You just kind of have to find what works for you. It looks so good. You're such a good little tree decorator.
Thanks.
I just love what you've done with this. I love it.
Wow.
Okay, I have the little bundles of ribbon kind of stuck in the tree. I probably need to do a little adjusting. And again, like I said before, this is one of those things that if I try to really make this look perfect as I go, I get stuck and I'll get nowhere. So I'll make adjustments over time, but for now what I'm going to do is take some ribbon, and I just have it here kind of rolled up. This isn't in little bundles like these. This is just free ribbon, and what I'm going to do is just weave it into the tree, kind of in the bare spots. So I'm just trying to find kind of the open spaces, and when I do ribbons like this and just weave them in, you know, I've seen some people that tie the ribbon and will actually tie it onto the tree so it stays put. I just kind of tuck it in and then sort of loop it through the branches. I like to go more at kind of a diagonal. So right here I'm seeing kind of this blank swoop right here. So I'm just going to do my best. It's a little tricky, kind of have to fuss with it. I'm going to do my best to kind of follow that swoop and just kind of layer it in, tuck each bundle. Does not have to look perfect. And then just kind of finish it up by tucking in the other swoop. I don't want it to look too tight, too contrived. I just want it to look festive and abundant. So you can see how it's kind of starting to fill in. And I love the combination of the ribbon kind of woven in and the bundles. It just really gives the ribbon a lot of variety and kind of dimension. So I just really enjoy it. Plus it's fun. It's like putting together a little puzzle. All right, I have the bows on the tree. I'm sure there's a little bit of adjusting that I could do still, but I think I'm just gonna keep moving forward and just kind of adding to the tree. So what I'm gonna do is basically go in order of my ornaments by size. So probably the pine cones, orange slices, those little animal kind of woodland creatures, and just start adding them to the tree. Okay, I got all of my pine cone ornaments and my orange slices on the tree, and now I'm going to go ahead and start putting in these picks, and I'm going to really use them to kind of fill any other empty spots. So starting with these just evergreen branches, they have little pine cones on them that just fits in really nicely with our woodland theme. I went through and straightened them, making sure they're not bent in any kind of unnatural ways. And I can kind of continue working with them after I get them on the tree. All right, we're getting close to being done. I'm going to go ahead and put on my little woodland creature ornaments. We did hot glue Mr. Fox back together as best I could. So I just said almost done, but I completely forgot about these gold and green ornaments that I just think kind of help fill in the spaces and add a little bit of shine, a little bit of glitter. We have these kind of dangly glass ornaments that are kind of fun. So we'll add those in, and then we have our bird ornaments, Waterford, and Lenox, and then we should be about there. Okay, I think we're about there. I know this isn't ideal lighting to see everything, but if we get in here nice and close, you can see just how packed everything is. We have our ribbon tucked back in there that really kind of provides a nice, full, colorful, textured look. And then we have all of our different ornaments, and I actually forgot about all these are actually kind of just cheapy ornaments that I've had forever, but I think they add a nice little sparkle to the tree. I love these little snowflake glittery things that you can just kind of stick in every now and again. There's one right there. I love the picks, very woodlandy. I actually really like the little spruce cone ornaments that we made last year. Found a spot for our fox. All right, and then I have my Waterford ornaments here. So here's one, and we circle over here. This is the biggest one, 2023. I like that it kind of just catches that shine. I might need to adjust it a little bit. It's kind of hanging against that ornament. And then we have our other one right over here. This is my third one. My mom has a tree of like 40 Waterford ornaments. All right, as we work our way to the top, we have a few more kind of special ornaments. Those are our little jaybirds, our little blue jays, which we always kind of find them a place of honor because we are the jay family. So we have our little jaybirds that peek out from the top of the tree. For a tree topper, I've never been a huge tree topper person. Maybe I can change that over time. I just stuck a little bow up there for now. I might try to kind of come up with something a little bit better, but for now I think that's okay. I'm okay with it, right? My older daughter thought maybe our tree was starting to lean a little bit. I always kind of just look at it from the window. Maybe it is leaning. I might have to fix it. But I think it looks really pretty. Well, I hope you enjoyed following along as I decorated my tree. Sometimes it feels a little chaotic. I started kind of forgetting what ornaments I had and which ones I had left to use, and it kind of felt like I was just throwing things up on the tree, but in the end we had a really good time and I'm happy with how the tree turned out, and that is what matters. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.